Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 21 Week 0 BearCave games. We are back in the quickest offseason in SFA history since the transfer portal was added. Took us 2 weeks and we are so back. We got a 13 game slate. All of them are on stream, and then we've got pipeline week recruits that are going to commit right after stream. Then we got the first batch of new recruits being revealed. We are so back. Season 21. Over 6 years of doing this at this point. Let's go. Welcome in, Wind. Guys, pray for our friend Wind. He just had major surgery with cancer. So shout out to Wind. Let's go, Stanford. Mango, you play next week. Bye, welcome in. Yeah, JC England, my king. Fi with the sub 31 straight. Thank you, buddy. But as always, folks, we are back. This is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, YouTube, and you jump in anytime, claim an open team, set your playbooks, recruit in the Discord, and build your way to a national championship. It's a ton of fun, and if you want even more content, you can check out patreon.com/the SFA. And of course, check out our friends over at Home Field Apparel. Get you 15% off. All right, enough of me yapping. Let's get on into the games. Here we go. We're starting out with Florida Atlantic and Eastern Michigan, two teams that made the playoff last year. Both. Let's see what they can do. All right. So remember, guys, to participate in the polls, it's the best way to earn raffle tickets, hopefully to get a new player for you. This is a 13.5 point favorite for Eastern Michigan. So who covers? Are you rocking with EMU at minus 13.5 or FAU at plus 13.5? Got a minute on the clock. Get those predictions in. Surgery on the kidneys. Yeesh. All right, Bob Toledo, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. And we are into the first game of the season, kicking us off. Remember, every game is neutral site in week 0. Our game day will be Florida State, Penn State, and the New Heights Classic. So let's jump aboard the Eastern Michigan train. Can they get back to the CFP? Here we go. Now, Florida Atlantic, of course, taking a major step back. All right, here we are. FAU, EMU. I got to skip the intros early in the season. But this is the Latina Juice kickoff game. Or whatever you want to call it. Or maybe it's just the Florida kickoff game. All right, kick as always if we have the option. And just make sure of course, it's a new season. Let me know if anything looks funky or looks off. We got the glizzy watermark in the top left. Let's get her going. First score of the season goes to EMU. Florida Atlantic, can they hang tough? Can they cover? Remember, they shocked the world as a 70 overall last year, winning the Sun Belt. 13 points. Currently a no cover for Eastern Michigan. They get 20 right before half, so great start for Bob Toledo on season 21 as he tries to make his way back to the CFP. Florida Atlantic with a score. Uh-oh, they're covering 34-14. Can Florida Atlantic find a way to cover this for the BearCave points? 41-14, it looks like a splattering. We're just going to end the game. And that should do it. And that is going to be an EMU cover to kick off the season. What a start for Bob Toledo. Remember, they have a new quarterback here. Billy Barcelona. So they got Fontaine, who's the transfer from Georgia, couple of years ago. He got redshirted. Joshua Fontaine, 29-42, 341, 5 touchdowns to kick off the season. Carrion Cork, the SFA player, 125 and a score. And Donald Hopkins, transfer portal addition, he had 2 scores. Barcelona got 1. And on defense, do we have any freshman impact here? 4 TFLs, a sack for Luke Miles, pick for Coley, Turner, and there it is, Quaishi Dolores, the SFA freshman, the first freshman to make a major impact on the season. Good old Quaishi. So Chris McDonald, 177, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. Not going to do you too well here. 11 tackles, 3 TFLs for Henry, no sacks. The pick for Kirk. Deflections, 2 fumbles. They recovered them both, so they won the turnover battle, but they lost the game. All right, as always, we got to get our players of the game, and we move on. And let me pay out the Bobanos here. 88% of the money was on the cover, and you guys were indeed correct. Congratulations. Fontaine is your player of the day. Remember, everything will be posted in the Discord after. VODs will be available on YouTube if you're new around here. And we move. We move on to the Battle of Arkansas. Coach Keat, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. 17-point favorite for the road team. We got some squiggly lines there in the matchup. You always know that is a telltale sign of a splattering. So here we go. Heads in kick. And if you want special jerseys, Keat, let me know. The Omahogs. Will we see? There's a non-zero chance we see Shaddud Slanders in his debut. He was redshirted last year. There's a non-zero chance at a Shaddud Slanders appearance. Please, I'm on my knees. Forget Danny Omaha. All right, here we go for Arkansas. Can Arkansas save Christmas? Brutal ending to their season last year. They lost to the eventual champ, Stanford. Or not Stanford. Lost to the eventual national championship appearance. I'm like looking at the logo. Yeah, Stanford won the Natty. All right, here we go. Omahogs versus Arkansas State here at the Sugar. What a scene. Both teams also made the playoff last year. 14-0 start quickly for Arkansas. Arkansas State also took a couple steps back, so not as good of a team here. But we tried to get this matchup in the playoff. We couldn't, so we wanted to at least get it in week 0. 28-0. Arkansas State battling back. It's not looking good. The Omahogs are putting them on a silver platter. Making some lechon out of the Red Wolves. 45! My goodness. So 45-7, that is a Arkansas splatter. Let's pay you guys out here. So Dierido, Tyone Flair, Corey Huggins got a scoop and score. Tyone Flair again. And Shaddud Slanders! Let's go! Let's go! Shaddud Slanders, the best quarterback of all time. 4 of 6, 52 yards and a score. 194 rating. Keep it up, buddy. As Omaha gets 3 scores. Yawn. Dierido over 100 yards. 128 for Tyone Flair. BJ Henderson, Yams legend, also making his debut. Horvat in his debut only got 2 catches. 2 deflection or TFLs for Bubba Hoggins coming from the transfer portal. The sack, the pick for Stanley. 3 deflections, 3 fumbles. They recovered 2 of them. Of course, one of them going for a touchdown. Nick Clark had a touchdown, and then I guess he got hurt, and Jeff Jameson came in. Or the other way around. Nothing crazy here. No SFA players on this team. Just a good old-fashioned splattering. Every year I change up the, branding, and we always have a watermark, and there's always a symbol on there. Last couple years there was a foam finger, there was it was a flag last year, and footballs, so it's just always something involving football. So this year we went with a glizzy. It's the year of the glizzy. So it's always just a football theme for the watermark. I thought it matched kind of the vibe of the season. So Arkansas with a cover. And we move on. Those were kind of the 2 obvious splatterings this season. Or today. I am not a denier. I do enjoy a good glizzy, Coach Pizza. Alright, so now we get into the games that could be decided either way. We could see some shockers. We're going to see, first up though, Washington, Fresno State. Coach Damien, let me know if you're here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. This is the debut of Cole Castles as the quarterback for Washington. He spent some time. He was redshirted at Maryland, then started 3 years at Georgia Southern, and now he's captain quarterback of Washington. So this is a 10.5-point favorite. No more Conrad Gatterdam. Fresno State's lost pretty much all of their SFA players, so they are definitely going to take a step back here. But how much of a step back? That is the question. We haven't jumped into a game yet. So we'll jump on board with Washington for Coach Damien. Remember, we got a bit of an extended slate here today, all neutral sites. And then we've got a very fun New Heights Classic game, Florida State, Penn State, our defending champs, the 1-2 matchup right now. Yeah, Kennelly has ruined them. And for what? Just to get fired in 2 seasons at Michigan. Nasty work. This used to be a respectable program. So here we go, the Washington Huskies. They are back. Cole Castles. See how he fits into this offense. And it'll be Washington who starts first. This is the Fiesta Bowl kickoff. Here we go. 0's on the clock. And not a great start for Washington, kind of feeling each other out, but they do get 7. 14, there they go. And now the splattering is about to commence. 21-3, 28-3, and 28-6. Go to the second half. 35-6. Washington just ripping them a new one here. We're just going to sim to the end of the game. 42-13. And that is a 29-point splattering. So another cover to start the day. Oh, brother. Is today going to be chalk? So Guy Yacht catches one for Cole Castles. And then they got a bunch of different guys getting involved here. Cole Castles, 386, 5 touchdowns to start the day. Not a lot on the ground here. That's a little scary. Do they not? Hold on. Dude, their running back is a 68 overall. Do they not have an actual running back? Oh, no. Thanks for coming out, Washington. Griffin Corbett's 116, 2 touchdowns. Oh, and then here is Columbus Nash, the thank you Mango for the best player of the bowl game reward players. He has 7 pancakes. 3 TFLs for Ferend and Harvey. A lot of sacks. 7 total sacks here. Two fumbles. 1 for Deuce Cadenas, the SFA IGR. Ah, that's why you went so high. Fine, makes sense. Oh yeah, we're going to see the debut of Orville Wild Hog today. So Cole Castles and Chris Ferend are your players of the day. This is a Washington cover. I just realized I don't think I showed the stats of the Fresno State, but I don't think I can here. I'll show them real quick. Did I show stats of Fresno? I don't think I did. So just to make sure, Thomas had 342, 2 scores. Bradford had 2 touchdowns. Couple sacks. All right. Now we move on to the next one. Iowa State and Boise State. That way up here it is. So Coach Dune or Coach Schwartz, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Iowa State trying to get back in a better spot. Bad season last year. Can Schwartz recover? Are you going ISU? This is a 10-point favorite. Or you go in Boise State. Remember, Major Pibb is back. They are the heavy favorites in the Mountain West this year. So can Boise State save Christmas and get a quality win to start the year? Major Pibb, your reigning SFA Player of the Year. Iowa State is now starting that backup quarterback, the guy that Phi made, Preston Lyons. So here we go. He's an IGR, Preston Lyons. He played a little bit behind Kirko Squatch, got redshirted last year. And now it's his team. Mark safe from Cleat Peppers. And we've got rain at Arrowhead. Oh boy. How will that impact this game? I don't see either coach, so we'll go heads and kick. So here we go. Iowa State live and in color. No score to start. 7-0 start for Boise State. Remember, they got Slaughter, a running back from Wake Forest in transfer portal. 14-7 now, 14-9. Boise State looking great today. 21-9 here. 28! Boise State, is this the first upset of the season? 35-9 Iowa State. What is happening? Dude, Kirko Squatch, Ray J. Butler, and Greg Cooper merchants for sure. This team can't score anymore. It's going to be a splattering. Oh, hold on. All of a sudden, they get 2 straight scores. It's now a 1-score game. And oh my God, Iowa State has the ball. The first game we're jumping into on the season, 35-28. Can Iowa State mount the craziest comeback? Quick throw right side, and it goes down. That's Paco Del Rio, SFA player. He was a bust. He's on the back end of his career. Brand new kind of skill positions here. They've got Jello on your dome, new SFA player. Preston Lyons. Yams it right side, and oh, that could have been picked. Almost intercepted. So they have not converted a third down all day long. So 3rd and 8 for Preston Lions. Split backs. The snap. Lions jams it over the middle, and it's tipped away. Grant Brown. So 4th down. 4th and 8. Game potentially on the line. Trips left. Preston Lions. Yams it deep left-hand side. And tipped away. So now Boise State can run out the clock with just a 1st down. Major Pibb under center. They'll hand this off to Slaughter. And he doesn't get much. Kellen Schonert on the tackle. Great job from Boise State on defense. First upset of the season. They need a first, though.
Double tight. 4 down. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Handoff. Slaughter's not going to get there, so decision time now. What do you mean, check DMs? Coach Hayden, who are you? Is this Haydoon? Boise State was cooking. They're going for it. Going for the win. It's a Major Pibb draw. Can he get there? No! So Iowa State's going to get a chance. Who's Coach Hayden? I don't know. But so far, we've had Eastern Michigan, Arkansas, and Washington win comfortably. This is the first close game. Boise State was up 35-9. And now Iowa State has a chance. Big hit. It's Jello on your dome, the SFA player.
That makes it 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Yams it over the middle. That's a completion to Jello on your dome. Oh, you're making fun of Schwartz. All right, they're inside the 35. Dumps it off and dropped. I believe that's Dougie Mellons on the drop.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, me too, Mango. We got 30 coaches right now. 2nd and 10. The snap, Preston Lions over the middle, hits his man, and 1st down and more for Dougie Mellons. He makes it up. Can Boise State's defense hang on here? They're going to just spike it here. So 52 passes for Lions today here in the rain.
Let's get this ball back for the offense.
2nd and 10, 5 wide. 20 yards away, 52 seconds. Lions dumps it off on the comeback, and Paco Del Rio gets 3. These jerseys are absolutely destroyed here. 5 wide again, 3-man rush, dumps it off and intercepted! It's going the other way! Preston Lions throws it away! And that's gonna do it! Eric and Paris.
Double tight. 4 down. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
What a win for Boise State to start the season. Major Pib came back for a reason. Boise State looking to get back to the CFP. And there it is, triple zeros. Boise State shocks Iowa State, and Iowa State now back to the drawing board. Bad year last year, and now here we go again. Is the era of Cyclone over? A Lion Lupa.
28. Thank you for attending today's ball game. Please
Or you could just say, instead of Lions Lupa, you could do Lupa Sun. 35-28. Khalif Laguna saved Christmas on that one, on Paco Del Rio. So that's the first big upset here. We'll check out stats, of course. There's Jello on your dome. And the pick to seal it. Looks like a Denver Bronco game out there in Arrowhead. We always take over their stadium. Bum, 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 bum. Feels good to be back, and now let's hopefully start the row of upsets. We got Southern Miss playing next. But look at the stats here. Had a safety. Rupert Bogarts got a touchdown. 2 touchdowns for Del Rio in the fourth. Lions 415, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Mellons only 61 yards. Paco Del Rio 146. On your dome 136. Yankee Butterman, SFA player, 3 TFLs and 10 tackles. The sack for Bowman and Brown. No picks. The fumble for Yankee Butterman, and he recovered it. Great job for the freshman. And Major Pib, 386.5 scores. Slaughter had 124. T-Bone had 94, 93 for Bogarts. Stan Davis had 94, and Yam Toomer 74. Kaiser York Smith, most tackles. 2 sacks. The pick for Eric Paris. Heard of Emily in Paris. Now you got Eric in Paris. All right, here we go. We'll move along here in the BearCave slate. First pick, that's going to be the opening highlight in the Season 21 Ultimate Highlight Reel. A Boise State interception. Yankee Butterman, though, what a start to his career. This is a Boise outright victory for those of you guys tracking at home. And there it is. Southern Miss, Texas Tech, our first ranked versus ranked matchup. 7.5 point favorite for Coach Pizza. Can he survive? Texas Tech coming off of a horrific loss to Army in the CFP. Southern Miss coming off of an epic win against Tennessee and then a splattering against Florida State. So, Pizza, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. All black. Get those Bobinas in. Here we go. '90 overall team now for Texas Tech. I guess overall does not count the trenches. So here we go. Kick for Texas Tech. And we are off in the Cotton Bowl Classic. And quick strike for Southern Miss. Quick strike for Southern Miss. Uh-oh, Pizza. Not like this. Oh, Pizza gets a turnover or something. 14-7 and 17-7. It's going to be a close one. 17-14 here. And a quick strike. Southern Miss gets a field goal. No score for Texas Tech. They finally take their first lead of the day, and then they give up a long one. Oh, man, this game going back and forth. I'm going to go one play at a time here as Texas Tech takes the lead. 4.5 minutes. Remember, we jump in at the 2-minute mark. A long drive here. This is what we were worried about for Texas Tech, is can they stop the trench play? And there it is. Touchdown, Southern Miss. Like 20-play drive, it seems like. And now here we go. It's going to be the Pickleman. Can Pickleman save Christmas? Down by 4 at the 40.
198,
Pickleman yams it left side to start the day, and that is out of bounds. 5 interceptions for the Pickle! What a start to the season. No wonder they're recruiting all the quarterbacks. But this is our first look at Brendan Snow, the Old Dominion transfer. He has so much aura. For the Red Raiders, the first handoff, he stiffies a man, breaks a tackle, and goes down. Oh no, the Pickleman. All right, can they find a way? 3rd and 9. Pickleman, the lefty, hits his man underneath, spins for it, it'll be 4th down. Southern Miss, of course, one of the best G5s in SFA history. They've been to the playoff like 5 of the last 6 years. Game on the line right here. 4th and 4. Can Pickleman find a way? The snap, they just hand it off to Brendan Snow, and he's not gonna get there! Still a chance here for Texas Tech, but now they gotta play defense. As here comes Mike Smith. And the Maryland Eye, over 200 yards rushing.
Man left, man left. 3 down. Check 59, Mike is 59.
Back under center. Fullback keeper for Mike. He runs over a man, and that's going to be more. Southern Miss is going to win the game. Delmar Wyckoff cleans it up, but just a little too late. And Mike Smith, once again, kills an SFA coach at a school that starts with T. Handoff up the gut. Damian Curry is back. That's encouraging. He hasn't had a season-ending injury yet.
Check 59, Mike is
2nd
59.
and 4. Handoff here. Stiffies a man, and down he goes.
Gaining 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. All they need to do is snap this without stopping the clock, and the game should be over. 33-29. Handoff. 1st down. Game is over.
Call it a gain of 7 yards. That makes it 1st and goal.
And there it is. Southern Miss wins outright. 2 of the best G5s win to start the season. The Golden Eagles do it again. 3 interceptions for Lamar Fox.
29. Thank you for attending today's ball game. Please drive.
He was just munching on the pickle all day long. And that might be the deciding factor of Lone Wolf right there. Canelli probably is going to win because of that. Except it was only a 4-point win, so you're only going to get 25 points out of that. All right, let's check the stats. It was a great start for Southern Miss. And then they held on at the end. Pickelman, 241, 1 score, and 5 interceptions. Brendan Snow, 70 yards. Drayton Bolt had 98. Halaban, 1 catch for 25. Oh no. Is Halaban a bust? Skaggs, 11 tackles, 2 TFLs for Brian Johnson, no sacks. 4 total picks on their side, though. Okay. So it's not like it was just 5 picks and nothing else. And they also had a fumble. So 5 turnovers themselves. Mike Smith threw 4 interceptions, but he also threw 3 touchdowns. And then they're able to run the ball. Three picks for Fox and Daniel Pittman. So they only went 1 in the... Mango, what was your line for this game? Because mine was 7.5, and for Texas Tech. This is a Southern Miss outright victory. All right, next up we got UNC and Pitt. 2 teams that have taken a bludgeoning in the offseason. North Carolina still ranked here. No users on either team. This is a 9.5 point favorite for North Carolina. Mills retired and Pitt fell off a cliff. Oh my God, pizza in his feels right now. It's not like Southern Miss isn't a good team. They've made the playoff like 5 of 6 years. They're one of the better programs in the country. All right, here we go. The Orange Bowl kickoff. UNC in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh with the early lead. Uh-oh. A lot of people picking UNC in their lone wolf. And Pittsburgh coming out of nowhere here. 10-6. Pittsburgh playing well. North Carolina takes the lead. And that's 20-13. So going 1 play at a time. Can they find it? Long play here. Inside the 20, down to the inch, they score. What a game we have brewing in this one. It's now 4th and 2. UNC is going to have to punt. And here comes Pittsburgh. 2020, they have a chance at the upset. And that's going to be a dump off late.
Loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11. Yams it deep down the seam. Oh, what a throw! Hits his man. It's Tyler Fitch. Just an absolute beauty from Andrew White. So after Lax's Brow departs, UNC on the ropes. Yams it right side. Another catch. And this one's dropped.
Patterson was the intended receiver on the play.
The aura of Pittsburgh.
Hey, check. Mike 56, Mike 56.
5 wide. Andrew White drops back. He steps up. He's going to yam it deep again, right side, and it's intercepted. It's going the other way. So UNC now takes over. Trips right. The drop back, rolls right, yams right, and that is off the back of the helmet. Joey Williams, the new quarterback here.
That makes it second and 10.
UNC fans disgusted they couldn't win a natty with Sir Alexis Brio before he left.
Oklahoma.
Snap, and he can't get the throw off. It's a sack. So here comes Pitt now. Jonathan Bennett, big time play. This season I didn't change any of the sliders. 3rd and 21. I'll just hand it off here, and oh, he runs over a man. And now Pitt will get another chance if they can get a good return here. So 4th and 14. This looks like it will be returnable, so they're going to start in plus territory here. In 24 seconds, 2 timeouts. Dogwire probably like right after I post all the games and stuff. I have it all on my desktop already. Play give, no, it's a play action. He takes off himself. Andrew White lowers the shoulder, and they're in field goal range. It's a 52-yarder from here. Not sure what kind of power their leg is cooking. 19 seconds. They need about 10 yards. The snap. He takes off. Andrew White gets around the corner. What a block! What blocking from the receivers. They're going to hurry it up. Let's hope they don't mess this up. One more play, then they can kick a field goal. He takes off again, and down he goes. And they call their timeout. And they can't kick the field goal from here. Not a strong enough leg. So to win the game, yams it deep to the end zone, and it's incomplete. We get free for wait! 1 second!
That brings up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, they do not have the power. They do not have the power to kick a 40-yarder. This is why you recruit SFA kickers. Yams it to the end zone, and it's way out of bounds. So 20-20, we have free football. What a game. First overtime game of the season in the Orange Bowl kickoff. Pitt will start with the rock. Handoff left side. He gets some blocking. Down inside the 15.
That's good for a gain of 14 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
First and 10. Pistol form, Andrew White having an elite debut. Can he finish with a win? Oh, back of the end zone. It hit him in the hands. Dropped by Pitt. 2nd and 10. Motion. Handoff. Left side. And that's going to be a touchdown for Pitt. So Hall drops it in the end zone. So 27-20. Now UNC has to respond. Will they end up going for 2 if they score? Motion man. The snap for Joey Williams. Jams it to the end zone. First play tipped away. They were heavy favorites coming into this game. A lot of people picked him. He was looking for Bishop Hiccups, the SFA IGR, the #1 player in the class. Hands it off left side, and Pitt corrals him. It's going to be 3rd and 1 million.
That'll make it 3rd and 13.
Tight end left, tight end left. 4 down, 4 down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
3rd and 13. Joey Williams yams it. Open man! Browning gets the first, or that's Madison.
Man left, man left.
So 27-20, fresh set of downs. The game continues. 4 wide.
Set.
Hands it off. Up the middle. Has room, and down he goes. UNC not going away. Great, great matchup here. ACC versus American.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Under center.
Mike 56. Set. 10-19.
The snap. Handoff. Right side. Breaks through 2, and he can't stretch for it. It's 3rd down again. Pitt has come to play today. They're 2 plays away. Shotgun. Bunch set. Top of the screen.
Blue 14. Blue 14.
Snap. Over the middle, and that's a catch for Bishop Hiccups! The #1 IGR from season 20. It's his first touchdown of his career. He'll likely be in the transfer portal this year, folks, so take a good look as we go to OT number 2. So now UNC will start with the rock as we flip the field.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
27 all. Over the middle. That's a catch for Bishop Hiccups.
Number 55 makes the tackle at the 21-yard line. That makes it 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line. Trips right. Delay give to Hicks. He gets the 1st and more, and potentially a face mask. I don't think they're going to call it. So now 13 yards away, split backs for UNC. Trying to prove they don't need Cyrilax's Brio.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. That brings up 2nd and 9.
Larry. Let's eat it up. Mike 56. Mike 56. Set.
Split backs again, 2nd and 9. Quick option for Joey Williams, the keeper, and he gets about 6. It'll be 3rd and 2 yet again inside the 5. UNC putting together another long drive here.
I'm coming for you, 27. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Split backs again. Handoff. Left side, and he's not going to get there. So decision time. Do you go for it or do you kick the field goal?
That'll bring up 4th and
It looks like UNC's comfortable kicking the field goal. So UNC is the first team to blink here in this game. And Pitt take advantage.
the kick is good.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
30-27. Touchdown wins the game. A field goal ties it. Anything else and UNC survives.
That's a gain of 4 on the play.
This is a 9.5 point favorite. technically still a chance to cover, I guess, if they get a pick six and they let them kick the extra point. I don't know if they would in that scenario.
Let's go, defense.
4 wide. It's a keeper from Andrew White, and he goes down. Oh, man. We've got a barn burner here. Third and 5, Andrew White. Snap for Pitt. Has some time, he'll step up in the pocket, throw it late to the flat, out of bounds. And they are now kicking the field goal. Right hash, 35 yards away. Kick is up, and it is good. So triple OT we go. As this game marks the halfway point through the BearCave stream.
3 down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Handoff. And down he goes. Pitt starts this period. Welcome in, Nathan.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
Right.
2nd and 8.
Mike 56.
The snap. Yams it left side, out of bounds, over his head.
Taylor, the intended receiver.
Now neither team
That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
really doing much now.
Man left, man left.
3rd and 8.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Snap for Pittsburgh. Over the middle and caught in traffic. What a catch.
Call it a gain of 10 yards.
Hall hangs on to this one.
Not over here.
He had the touchdown in the first overtime.
Roger.
Now from the 13, fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
Hall yams his right side. Caught, tiptoed. Will they mark him in?
Gain of 4.
I don't know if that heel will count, but they say it does. 2nd and 6.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
The Orange Bowl kickoff has been a classic today. Quick option. There goes White. Can he cut? Oh, what a hit! My goodness.
1 on the play. 3rd down.
Andrew White hangs on. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Mike 56.
UNC trying to stay off the field. They bring a blitz, and he gets to him!
Loss of 12 yards on the play.
Burns with the safety sack. And now it's a really long field goal, 36, 37 yards. From left hash. And it's good. So Pitt takes a 3-point lead in 3rd overtime. Can North Carolina win it? Touchdown wins the game. A field goal ties it. Joey Williams dumps that off to the flat. Gets a block. That's Rutwapiti.
Gain of 8 yards.
SFA IGR as well.
2nd and 2.
Or no, it's Miller. Where's Rutwapiti? Is he 87? He might be 87. Welcome in, Flame. 2nd and 2, handoff, and he's gonna be... They give him the first. I thought he was short. If you're just joining us, EMU covered, Arkansas covered, Washington covered, and then Boise and Southern Miss won outright. Yes, fine. 1st and 10, handoff. He has a path to the win. 1st and goal. Can UNC punch it in and save Christmas? Four yards away. Handoff, and he stretches. They call him short.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards.
Pitt needs a miracle. On the literal inch.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Pitt needs a miracle.
Down.
Handoff. Touchdown UNC! They win the game! No cover in triple OT.
That's the end of the game. The
So Pitt betters get the Bobanos.
33.
What a way to stay alive for UNC. They lost their coach, lost a lot of their players. Didn't have that transfer portal infusion they're used to, but they still find a way to get a win. So 36-33 is your final, a 3-point win for UNC. And we're only halfway through BearCave, folks. So look at the scoring summary here. Hiccups had 2 touchdowns. So Adam Stiegel was the actual starter. He got hurt and White came in. Oh no, they got a 68 overall dude. He didn't play too bad. They stayed in this game. Great fourth quarter by Frank Hall. Sparrow Warren Snout, the SFA freshman. 4 TFLs for Bennett. 5 total sacks for Pitt. Deflections, but no fumbles. And for UNC, Williams, 273 touchdowns. Drew Hicks is the running back, 124 and a score. Bishop Hiccups, 98 yards. Wapiti did not get any catches. On defense, Rory Burns had 8 tackles, 2 TFLs for Wilkerson, 3 sacks, 1 pick for Scott Hobbs, and 2 fumbles. So 36-33 is your final. That is a no cover for UNC. So we've had cover outright and now no cover. All possibilities flash in here in week 0. And we move on. Now the games start getting a lot better from here, folks. As now we have a massive game here in the Northeast. Syracuse and Army. Number 14 Army made a miraculous run to the quarterfinals and barely lost to Nebraska versus a Syracuse team that got splattered by Georgia Tech in the playoff. This is a 2-point favorite for Syracuse. So who are you rocking with? Syracuse with the debut of Trice McSquirtle. Or are you going with Army? And Coach Fire Dogs. Rosie and Fire Dogs, let me know if you're here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. We'll probably jump on board with Syracuse here. New look Army team. They've gotten better than last year. Syracuse, of course, as well, always improving. We'll see if Trice McSquirtle makes a big difference here. The big transfer portal addition. We know you don't mean it, Pizza. We know you're hurting, but there he is, Trice McSquirtle, the big-time transfer from Oklahoma, as we are here at Mitchie Stadium. Are we going to get a crash? I tried to skip it. See, that's the problem with... Nope, we're fine. That's the problem with early season. Sometimes it likes to stutter on the opening. But nevertheless... Here we go. Yeah, normally I can get it to jump ahead. So first quarter, Army with a quick strike. I have no idea how they just scored, but 14-3. 14-9, Syracuse hanging in there. Army 21-9, Army looking good early on. The offense is humming. 24-15 though, they're staying within 9. 24-22, we got a good game brewing. All of a sudden, Syracuse, here they come. What a comeback from Syracuse. As now we're going to go one play at a time as both teams are kind of grinding to a halt here. Here comes Army on the back of Gable Glazer. There, we can't jump in until that 2-minute mark, and Army takes the lead. So now here comes Syracuse. Can they respond? Third down, first down, here we go. Midfield, Trice McSquirtle's debut.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
The snap for Trice over the middle, and down he goes. There are some people who thought that Trice would end up at Penn State. They end up going to Syracuse.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, we gotta get this stop here, D.
2nd and 7. Trice over the middle, hits him in stride. Graham Buckshot in on the tackle, team of the year.
18 yards. First down.
We've lost our UI. That's okay, we don't need it. 90 seconds in a dream, down by 3.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Snap for Trice. Dumps it off. Gets upfield and ow, big time hit.
Call it a gain of
Glover,
7 yards.
the new running back.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Reset, tight right. 50's the Mike, 50's the Mike.
Trips to the right side.
Down, yeah.
The snap. Oh, to the end zone. He's open. Dive and grab. Oh, give him the touchdown, you asshole. That was an epic throw. My highlight is ruined. Oh, bullshit. You give him the touchdown on that. So 1st and goal here for Syracuse. The toss, right side. Touchdown, Syracuse. The epic highlight ruined, but they still take the lead. And now Army on their back toe. We'll see who their new quarterback is, but they got Gable Glazer, Rayford Doom. So 35-31. 46 seconds, 3 timeouts, plenty of time for the armed forces, the Black Knights.
Number 28 with the return. Kickoff
Coach Fire Dogs in. Epic quarterfinal run for Army last year. High expectations this year. New quarterback though. This will be a new guy. Safety coming down. They're not respecting the arm. Steps up, he'll yam it deep. First play of the day and tipped away.
incomplete. Ingram was the intended receiver on the play.
Ingram intended receiver.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Who is this mystery quarterback? We don't have our UI. So R. Sanders. Sanders is the new quarterback.
Hey, watch Sam, watch Sam. Check Mike, 54.
Split backs.
Ready?
They'll hand it off here. Gable Glazer, and oh, is that a flag? Ralph Sanders. 30 seconds in a dream. 3rd and 2. They need a touchdown. Floats that wide open man, first down. They are in yam range now. Time is becoming a factor though, only 26 seconds.
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
They need a touchdown.
Mike 55. Let's go.
Sanders drops back, steps up, he'll yam it down the seam. Hits him in stride, broken tackle! He tripped over a man! Touchdown, Army! Oh my God! On your dome! That's O'Keefe, the SFA player. Mars O'Keefe. What a play from Mars O'Keefe, my God. I think he's a redshirt freshman. Syracuse is sick. And the dream for Army once again remains strong. Are they going to go back-to-back to the playoff? Trice McSquirtle, does he have any magic in him? First and 10, yams it over the middle, hits him, oh, what a move! No, not like this, he breaks the tackle! There goes Syracuse! There goes Syracuse! No way! They're gonna kick the field goal to tie the game! What a play! This game is not going to end unless he shanks it. 24 yards to tie it up. And it's good! So 38-38 is not enough. What a game. Holy Toledo. Already has game of the year energy. 38 all. Army. Syracuse. Army will start with the rock. They drop. Hits his man over the middle. And that's a first down for Army. First and 10 at the 15. What is going to happen next in this saga? Handoff. Gable Glazer up the middle. Big time hit from the safety. Second and 3. Inside the 10, they're going Maryland I. The toss. Gets around the corner. Gable Glazer, touchdown, Army! So now Syracuse on their back toe. We'll see this game coming up next. This is what the game thinks is going to happen. Now Syracuse gets their chance. Trice McSquirtle, can he do it again? Trice takes off. Trice, oh, look at the wiggle! He gets 9 out of it. Juked the linebacker out of his shoes. Syracuse not going away. Second and 2. The snap. They bring a blitz. He yams it. Oh my, almost picked. But instead it's a first down. Syracuse fans clenching their cheeks on that one. They need 13 yards to tie the game. The snap. Dumps that off. Inside the 5, here comes Syracuse yet again.
That makes it second and 2.
What an epic game this has already been. They're only going 3 down linemen here, second and 2. Handoff, left side, first down. Army trying to hold tough. Can they find a way to get a goal line stand? Goal line formation, the big uglies, the big nasties on both sides. Fullback dive, and he doesn't get it. Ram buckshot. SFA Safety Team of the Year player. They're 1 yard away. 2 tight ends set. They'll throw. Over the middle. Touchdown, Syracuse. What a play by Trice McSquirtle. Proving he is an elite caliber talent. Will they go for the win? No, they won't. 45-45. And now Syracuse will start to go to double OT. Crazy overtime games today to start the season. They'll come out 5 wide. Trice over the middle, hits his man, and down he goes.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards.
Reed gets about 8.
It's 2nd and 2.
Who is going to make the play to save Christmas? Yeah, Trice has just been locked down. Over the middle, hits his man, and now inside the 5 yet again. Trice McSquirtle, folks. Maybe is going to end up being a massive miss for so many coaches not going after him. First and goal. 4 wide. Corner blitz over the middle. Hits the angle route. Touchdown, Syracuse. We got a 50 burger. So now Army's on their back toe. We thought they had victory. And now all of a sudden Syracuse has pressure on them again. Dumps this off. Gets upfield and down he goes. He gets about 4. I think that's Rayford Doom. It is. So Rayford Doom and Gable Glazer, 2 elite running backs. No one covering the receiver over there. They dump it to the fullback who breaks the tackle. He gets 3 out of it. Of course, 4 down territory. Can Syracuse get a stop here? 3rd and 3 to save Christmas. There'll be a handoff to the fullback, and he'll get it with ease. CJ Weiss twice in a row now. It's now 14 yards away. Who is blinking first? The snap. Ralph. He has time. Sanders jams it to the end zone and intercepted! What a pick! One hand end the game! Syracuse stuns Army!
That's the end of the game. The final score is Syracuse 52 and the
What an interception!
45.
I don't even know where he was going with that. And holy Toledo, folks, what a game. Mars O'Keefe with one of the craziest touchdowns you'll ever see, getting help with the trip. But then Syracuse got them with a big play of their own. Unbelievable game. Who got the game-winning interception, though? That's the question. I think it's an SFA player, but of course we didn't see names this entire game. But what a day for Trice. We'll check the stats, of course. Number 1 Instinct Classic. All right. Rayford Doom, Gable Glazer. So for Trice McSquirtle, 543 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Glover, they really couldn't run the ball today. Did not matter. Look at all these guys getting in the end zone. My goodness. On defense, William Walker, 13 tackles, 2 TFLs. Sack for Billy Robinson. The pick was Steve Ryan, the senior. Great pick by him to win the game. Marcelo Plug with a forced fumble. And for Army, Ralph Sanders, great day for him. 22-44, 3 touchdowns. Gable Glazer had 174, 3 scores. Glazer, O'Keefe with the big-time play. And then Gary Van Allen, he had 3 TFLs and 2 sacks in his debut. Was on Pitt last year. 2 picks. And no fumbles. Yeah, we've had a very long BearCave day today. But that's okay. And this is a Syracuse cover. That's in double OT. So Army kind of let that game get away from them, unfortunately. So Syracuse with the cover. And next up we go to Ohio and Texas State. So Coach Howard Black, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. This is just a pick'em game, folks. Who wins? Wow, a lot of people picked Army on that last prediction. Who wins? Are you going Ohio Mania or are you going Texas State and Coach Phi? Orville, Wild Hog, JC England. Phi, do you care about jerseys? Let me know what jerseys you want. White out. All right, we'll jump on board with Howard Black, of course, and here we go. Another banger game. 2 very evenly matched top of the G5 type teams. Texas State 2 years removed from a semifinal appearance, lost the Citrus Bowl last season. Ohio Mania. Did not make the playoff last year, so here we go. And Texas State chose to receive. That was not my doing. This is the hashtag free TC Liberty Bowl at Geyser Field kickoff. As Texas State starts with a touchdown, but Ohio responds. Ohio added Caleb Strauss, the SFA running back from Vanderbilt. 14-7. 14-14, Orville Wild Hog, of course, the big-time addition, the 5-star running back, but it's not helping him here. He's down 14. Or down 13. They miss an extra point. Texas State gets one back. As we go to the 4th quarter. Very evenly matched game now. Another close one brewing. Texas State takes the lead. Here comes Ohio Mania. 2nd in a million, 3rd in a million, and they don't get it. JC England, and they go for it. Wow, what a movement there. So here they come down the middle. We can't jump in yet. A 5-yard penalty. They can't get out of their own way. Touchdown, Ohio Mania. And now they got to go for 2, and they don't get it. So now here comes Texas State down by 5. Orville Wild Hog. The best running back Phi has ever had. Dumps this one off, and that is a catch. Catch by Reggie Hart. So some new look players here for Texas State. Of course, they got Wilkinson still, but... And this is a defense littered with SFA talent. Motion. Wilkinson, he has to evade. He does for a second, and they get him down. So decision time here. Landon Avery got to him. They are going to go for it. So game on the line for Coach Phi. Trips right. The snap for Wilkinson. Dumps it off. He has to make a play. He stepped out of bounds. He had a chance. He couldn't keep the toe in. So Ohio takes over. Still a chance for Texas State. They have their timeouts. Here's Caleb Strauss. Transfer from Vanderbilt. Takes a big lick. Quincy Neighbors on the tackle. Yams legend. The snap for Nelly Streeter. Dumps that one off. He's short.
Timeout on the field.
3rd and 1. Game on the line. Nelly Streeter having a heck of a day. Zayden Walker, the SFA IGR. 3rd and 1. Who's going to make the play? They're going to toss it right. Somebody's got to make it there, and they don't. What a call for Ohio Mania. And that should do it. So not a great start for the state of Texas. Texas Tech and Texas State both taking losses in here in week 0.
Double tight, double tight. Double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Mike 4, Mike 4.
Ohio Mania. So the G5 off to a great start. All of their top teams pretty much winning. Besides Texas State, of course, somebody had to lose this one. And that will do it. 0-0 here. Ohio Mania starts out with a win as they try to reclaim the MAC. We'll take a look at the stats here. Orville Wild Hog got in there. J.C. England scored. So for Nelly Streeter, 288, 4 touchdowns. Caleb Strauss has 75 yards. Strauss had the most catches. J.C. England had 70 in a score. Rigsby had 81 in a score. On defense, Hughes with 11 tackles, 3 TFLs for Dugan Caps, 2 sacks for Avery. No picks. Deflection for Derek Clay, and no fumbles. So clean game here for Texas State. Wilkinson went 167 in a score. Wild Hog 154 and 3 scores for the redshirt freshman. Not a lot of action here. Malik Rivers had 50 yards in a score. On defense, 9 tackles for Carter, 3 TFLs for Quincy Neighbors, 2 sacks, 1 for Walker, 1 for Neighbors, no picks. So very clean game on both sides, and no fumbles. So 33-28 is your final. We still got a couple of games left, folks. And then we have the New Heights Classic. Exactly 50% of people on the money, so that was definitely a good choice for the money line game. But Wild Hog's going to be a problem. That's an Ohio outright victory, and we move on. And here we go. Notre Dame, Iowa. 2 teams that can't stop facing each other in the playoffs, so we figured they'd face off here today. Coach Huey versus Coach Jarkish. Huey, let me know heads or tails. Kick or receive. Rico Giraldo trying to get back to the semifinals. They lost to Penn State in the quarters this year. This is a 2.5-point favorite for Iowa. Is Iowa back? They also had a down year. Iowa just lost to Notre Dame in the playoff. So here we go. Last chance for Miguel Eller. Rico Giraldo still a junior. get on into it. Going to be a masterful game here. We've got only bangers left, folks. So Iowa will kick first. So Notre Dame will start with the ball here at the Duke Mayo Classic. This is the Hog Honey Mayo Classic. No score on that opening drive. Iowa got stuffed. The 6-7 matchup. 6-7, 6-7. It's 14-3. Iowa, 21-3. Notre Dame not like this. Oh no. Is Iowa back or is Notre Dame gone? 28-3, not like this, Notre Dame. 28-10, do they have a comeback in them? We're going one play at a time. That's going to be another score for Iowa. Holy Toledo. So not a good showing here for Notre Dame to start the season. And on 3rd and 20, they get the first. And that's just going to do it. 35-16, a 19-point bludgeoning here for Iowa. So Notre Dame loses their opening game of the season. That's an Iowa cover. No, I don't even know what just happened, but Dash Dixie gets into the end zone a couple times. Celso Riggins, he got himself a 101-yard kick return. Rico Giraldo, 398, 2 scores, 3 interceptions. Is Iowa back? They couldn't run the ball. Four TFLs for Stallings, the sack for Simmons, the pick for Nick Zanvliet. 4 picks, or 4 deflections, 2 fumbles. They got one of them, and still lost by a handful. Miguel Eller, 379, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Dash Dixie, only 68 yards today. And 200 yards for David Sherman, of all people. And on defense, Jasper Thornberry, 10 tackles, 3 TFLs for David Patton. 2 sacks, 3 picks here. 4 deflections. They also got the fumble for Maxi Moniak, the SFA player. And that'll do it. So Iowa, just pure domination on that one. Bit shocking. Got a few more games left before the New Heights Classic. That is an Iowa cover. They get their get back for last season. All right, next up is Stanford and Nebraska. Rematch of the Rose Bowl semifinal where Nuke Jennings hurt his wrist and Stanford ended up splattering him. 9 versus 12 matchup. Stanford is a 6-point favorite. Win, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, and what jerseys you want. Stanford has a lot of their team returning except to Quentin Sims, but he's been replaced by the top running back in the class, Donzel Shade. And for Nebraska, they brought in Jaguar McKnight after losing to Coda Jumping Bowl. Those are really the big changes. Yeah, Win gets the picks. So heads or tails. So tails receive regular jerseys. All right, here we go. Away team always gets the advantage. Can Stanford get back to the national championship? On paper, they're a better team than last year. Corey Light has come back as a senior. He wants that trophy. So tails and receive. So here we go. The Rose Bowl kickoff game. Same stadium they lost the first one in. Nebraska scores first, though. And Greg Henderson is in. Why is Greg Henderson playing? It's 10-0 Nebraska. Now it's 10-10 Nebraska. Why is Greg Henderson their quarterback? Quick strike for Nebraska. It's working out. Oh no, where's the nuke? 31-13, Nebraska is killing them. So in 2 rematches from the CFP. All right, so we got to go one at a time because they have the ball. It's a 2-score game. My God, dude, they just can't move the ball. So Nebraska can just run this game out. Greg Henderson, what a way to go. You got to DM me to remind me. And a fumble, so they still technically have a chance. And there it is, 31-19. Stanford takes a tumble. Nebraska with the outright victory. So let's look at the scoring summary here. They had a returned kickoff in there as well. So 31-19. Corey Light, 302, 1 touchdown. Donzel Shade only had 2 carries. He must have gotten hurt. Donzel Shade is hurt. 2 carries into his career. Because Derek Turner had 27 touches. Namari Dale, 149. Bankston Belt, the freshman, 2 catches. Three TFLs for Sackville. Sack for Hobbs, no interceptions. 3 fumbles. And Greg Henderson, yeah, he started this game. 18 for 38, 292, 1 touchdown. Derek White, 117, 2 scores. And Jaguar McKnight goes 4 for 94. Holy Toledo, what a game. This is why you take a look at your rosters and submit preseason changes, folks. You might have the wrong quarterback starting. You don't even know. All right, but Nebraska gets the outright victory. Doesn't hurt them where it matters in the record department. And now we go to Florida and Ohio State. Coach Tribe, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. A 3-point favorite for the Gators. New quarterback. This is the debut of Marlo Whippets. And of course, Ohio State made the semifinals last year. Coach Tribe, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. All right, Ohio State's taking on Florida. Can Florida have a better season than last year? Super disappointing, but they still ended up winning the Citrus Bowl, so not too bad. So here we go. We'll jump aboard. Heads and kick. The Citrus Bowl kickoff game Here we go. Zeros in the first quarter. And Ohio State breaks the mold first. Florida gets a field goal. Florida with the long score. 14-10 now. We're going back and forth. Here we go. 3-point lead for Florida. 10-point lead for Florida. Ohio State responds. We go to the fourth quarter. 3-point game. We're going to go one play at a time. Can Ohio State find a way? Here comes Florida. Touchdown could put this game out of reach. And it is. Touchdown, Paul Reed. 10-point game for Florida. So now here we go. One play at a time and an interception. And all of a sudden a touchdown, a two-play mistake, and now it's a 17-point splatter. What just happened? And now a turnover and a field goal is no good. So this looks like it's a splatter here for Florida. So Florida covers. Jamar Cotton, couple touchdowns. So 38-21. Marlo Whippets in his debut, 242, 3 scores. Paul Reed, 141, 2 scores. Jamar Cotton, 3 for 82. On defense, Quan Swamp, 9 tackles, 4 TFLs. He had the 2 sacks. The interception for Don Moss. No fumbles. And for Ohio State, you got Isaac Osborne, 241 and a score. You got Bowie. They could not run the ball today. Holy Toledo. Craig Johnson, 7 for 121. And on defense, Mueller, 9 tackles, 2 TFLs, no sacks, no picks, a couple deflections, and no fumbles. So Florida with the cover. We got one more game in this BearCave slate. Thanks for staying with us. And then we got the New Heights Classic coming up here pretty shortly. But Tennessee and Georgia Tech here. Tennessee, disappointing end of their season. Georgia Tech got splattered by Nebraska. So let's see who we got. This is a 7.5-point favorite for Georgia Tech. Who are you rocking with? Almost guaranteed to have an option fumble in this game. So heads or tails, kick or receive, Nick, if you're here. Can Tennessee do the impossible? Very, very good on paper this year's Georgia Tech. So here we go. Massive, massive game for both squads. The Peach Bowl opener. So home game here for Georgia Tech as well. And Tennessee starts out with a touchdown. So Tennessee, the early lead here. Georgia Tech can't find the end zone. They finally do. And they get another score. Tennessee gets 3, and Georgia Tech with like 3 crazy touchdowns. 28-10, here comes Georgia Tech. Is this a Georgia Tech splatter? Oh my God, Georgia Tech running away with it here. Tennessee. Coach Nick. Interception. Oh, it's a splattering here. As somebody picked Georgia Tech with a high multiplier. thanks for coming out. That's a 39-point victory. That is the biggest margin of victory on the day. Georgia Tech with an absolute splattering. Kevin Crumpler. So John Wobbles, 125 and a pick. Tayton Snow got into the game. Marvelous Pleasant, SFA IGR. He had 81 yards in his debut. Kirk had 5. Juan Pablo Antonello had 86 yards. Michael DeForest had 49. On defense, Shantez Pitters, the freshman, had 3 TFLs. No sacks. They had 2 picks here today. Smoke Gouda got 1. Jonathan Graves. And for Georgia Tech, Tevin Crumpler, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. A lot of different guys got on the stat sheet here running the ball. Bonner had 197. And on defense, Colbert, 11 tackles, 3 TFLs. He had 3 sacks. The pick for Raheem Shatwell. A lot of deflections. The forced fumble for Justin Hicks. All right, so that will do it for the BearCave slate. But as is tradition, we're gonna check out Week 1 slate, see what the kind of game day games are, and then we'll get into the New Heights Classic. It's a Georgia Tech cover. All right, so all games are done except New Heights. We'll be right back for that one. But next week, Texas and Oregon State. Kavion Combs, the best quarterback in the country. How will that play out? Purdue, Illinois. Auburn, Northwestern. USC, Wisconsin. That's a big one. Flame versus TC. We got Michigan. Are they actually good this year? That is the question. And then other games. Remember, you can also pick non-stream games for Lone Wolf. So this is a preview of all the matchups here. Nothing else. We got the debut of Coach Sir Laxus Bryo at LSU. NC State, Kent State's a good one. Michigan State, Georgia. Indiana. Minnesota A&M, that's a good one. Maryland. So that'll do it here for the BearCave slate, folks. Who does Missouri play? Baylor. That's the Garrett Grayson, or Gavin Grayson debut. So that'll do it, folks. We'll be right back in less than 5 minutes for game day. Peace.